Good morning, it's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief for Tuesday, May the 4th. The current time is 8 o'clock. Quite a positive night last night for equities. Gold sort of attempting to, or broke to that 1180. We had some good manufacturing data in the States, and the US dollar relatively stable. So quite a good night. Let's get into some of the closes so we get a bit of an idea of what has happened. And there we go. Okay. The Dow up 1.3% at 143. That's 11,151. The S&P is up 15.5. The Nasdaq up 37, and the Russell up 16. So quite positive there. As you know, in Europe, things were relatively quiet there, just purely because of the May Day holidays. But as you can see there, the DAX was up 30. The CAC was up 11, I think, and the FTSE down 64. They were the previous closes. Okay, now as I mentioned, the Dow, basically the Dow had a good strong night, good economic reports, and also Goldman's, which was pretty good. I guess the manufacturing side of the equation was the key. Manufacturing in the US grew at its fastest pace since 2004, so that in itself is pretty encouraging. Let's have a look at just where the market has now in some of the key ones, key commodities. The local market, the SPY, closed at 48.14, and that's quite an encouraging move, and that closed up a little bit. But as you can see, let's see what the Henry report actually comes out and how that might hurt some of our stocks. There are stories that might have a bit of a concern of the Peabody takeover and also hurt what's happening with BHP Rio merger. So I think if anything there, we've got to be a little bit cautious about what could occur there. Takes out 47.50 lower, but obviously that lead from the States I think will support it and probably expect the equity markets to trade higher. Let's have a look at the dollar index. Dollar index had a mixed night, if anything there, but as you can see, on the daily basis, it's right at this top end, and I think a lot of us are starting to feel that might come under pressure. So, but have a look at the hourly chart. If the dollar index takes out that 82.40, then I think I'll go long. In fact, that might be the sign for me actually to pull the trigger on that euro trade, which I've been looking at for about the last 2 weeks. There's that euro trade at the moment there, and as you can see, it's right at the lower end, and I do want to get on there somewhere. It's probably worthwhile having a little bit of a look around here to see whether or not we have got a low there in place. Looking at the Aussie battler, 92.60, pretty stable, and I think if it takes out 92.70 onwards and upwards, it has been consolidating for some time, and yeah, it looks like it might have that set to trade higher. Let's see how it trades. This is all consolidating this chart, and it feels as if it's ready for a move to the top side. I like this type of formation because you know you can trade it quite happily. Okay, so that's the currencies there. Let's have a look at gold. As I said, we've got that gravitational pull starting to commence to that 1200 level. We had a nice close last night. Still looks all right. No reason for a change yet, and maybe that weak US dollar we're going to get over the next couple of days should support it. Let's see how that unfolds. Copper, as everyone knows, we've been short copper for some time. That's actually holding quite nicely. That chart doesn't look too good, and I think if it takes out 325, then we do go lower. It is interesting because this could actually be a correction that sees it down to 300 or maybe a little bit more. So it has it does look as though it is getting that, and it just does look weak. But let's see how that unfolds. Obviously, with that economic news, it's a bit positive, but let's see how China can pull out what she's trying to do in slowing her economy. How will that affect copper? I think it's probably going to be pretty major. Anyway, looking at crude, it's pretty steady, 86.05, and just holding ground. Needs to take out that old high there at 87.20. If that does, then we're onwards and upwards. Having a look at just some of the other markets now, just quickly. Just have a quick look at corn, and then we'll go into the economic numbers. Corn in itself, 361.25. It's all showing a little bit mixed, but as you people know, I like it and have been liking to buy corn, and certainly like that dip. So I don't mind being overweight in some of the softs at the moment. Quite a relatively strong close there in Chicago. Okay, let's have a look at the economic today. Most important, we've got the RBA cash target. The market's looking for up 0.25%. We're expecting a no change, but that's by the by. Let's see how that unfolds. Money supply figures out of the UK, as well as some confidence numbers. In the States, we've got the API US data and factory orders and pending home sales. So that in itself could be quite interesting. Well, in a nutshell, that's probably about it for the day. But we're going to stick with our short copper. We're going to stick with our long gold, see how that unfolds. We're still long sugar. It hasn't traded too well for us, but we're going to see whether or not this weak dollar. Keep an eye on the weak dollar because I think that might be give us a bit of a scope to try and get in on that euro. Because I do think that once this is all solved, then that euro it should not be at these levels. But that's about it from me. I hope you have a great day. Happy trading, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.